First, I love any comments on my videos, even if they're negative. The ad hominem attacks get annoying, but whatever. But I'm gonna talk about one in a minute here. But one of the reasons why I make my videos, and I made this kind of be part 3 or part 2 of, depending on your platform, of the AI talk, is I want to talk about the overhyping of AI. I didn't talk about AI itself, but just the overhyping of AI and why that happens. Now I cut down the videos some because I removed some stuff that I was talking more about access journalism and calling out some of those people, as well as calling out some investors that are doing this as well. Because it felt a little attacky, but maybe I should have left that in to be clear. There are people who are profiting over the overhyping of this, right? There's people who are investors, like here. I say this guy's name a lot, but he really is this big of a Professor Galloway will go on his podcast and they'll magically have one of his investments in AI and, he'll overhype it. You'll have all of this overhyping happening. Now, this is balanced against my videos about people in the creative field and if that will take your job, right? It specifically says creative field in the beginning. I am deliberate about that. And in that, I talk to a lot of young developers, a lot of young artists, and a lot of young game developers in general. And with that, they have this fear and this hopelessness that all they hear is this hype. It's all of technology. It's the entire world of tech telling them that AI is going to replace them, that they're not going to exist in a year. Oh my God, this is all happening. It's not. It is not. I will bet anybody $100 on that, or 1,000. Let's go crazy. Whatever. But that is the backdrop for the video. So I don't make the video that you want me to make. I made the video that I wanted to make to talk about hype. Yeah, I don't talk about the AI at all. I understand the technology very well, but it's not germane to the situation of why people are hyping it. It does not matter. There are people now in technology that just simply live to hype whatever the current technology is. You have seen these same people here. Robert Scoble is one of these people. He is an idiot. He has zero understanding of any of the underlying tech. But name a tech that's coming out and he will hype it. Oh my God, Tesla self-driving it. My car drives myself. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. A Mercedes-Benz is the only level 3 self-driving car in the US. It's way better. But again, why care about the actual tech? He'll do the same about AR. He did the same about VR. He did the same about Web3, about every piece of technology. Right now, he's on the AI genius. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He just gets money by hyping it because people will pay him to hype it, right? It's this never-ending cycle of it. You have these bean counter guys who are like, I've never heard of this AI stuff. Oh, this guy's talking about it and he's all positive. Well, right? And so they have to be all positive. There is no incentive in the system at all to be negative about AI or any technology. There is no money in the system at all. Literally, there are access journalists who make a career out of just hyping up positive things. And even when they go past the point of being negative, will only be negative if they don't think the person they're being negative about isn't going on to the next thing, right? There's no longer built-in safeguards for any of this. The entire industry is built on hyping and being positive about that. And when people dare be negative and dare say, hey, we should be thoughtful about this, you have Mark Andreessen writing a giant screed screaming that we should, kill everybody who isn't tech positive. Yeah, tech does a lot of good in the world, but do you remember that all the AI people got together and said, hey, we should slow this down and take a look at what's happening? And then none of them did? None of them? Nobody holds them accountable. Nobody, right? Casey Newton went on a podcast with the CEO of Instagram to talk about Threads. And he was talking about how Threads is going to be federated and all of this hype. Never once did Casey stop and ask, well, is it though? Is it the federal? Is any of this stuff you're saying true? No, because he won't get the next interview with him then. He won't get the next interview with some other podcast, some other tech person, some other startup. Right? And so it's not about the underlying tech. I don't care about that in some way, right? I do. And I have a bunch of understanding about it. And I'm telling you, in creative world, it is not going to take us out of jobs. It's just going to flood the market. And a bunch of other jobs it will. Sure. Hey, you know what? NFL predictions. Anything mass data, right? Though I say NFL predictions because the AWS stats on what they should do. And that is such BS. Oh my God, it's an amazing play because there's only a 2% chance of that happening. Or maybe your stats are just built on BS, right? It's so overhyped right now. It is so overhyped right now, right? But in the creative field, it won't. Like, oh my God, you can use it for concept artists. Concept artists will be dead. Concept artists for people who never use concept artists will be dead. People who've ever worked with a good concept artist, you don't just be like, oh, I got to accept what the AI gave me. Instead, you can keep working with them to get what you wanted, right? Instead of being satisfied with what the AI gives you. I just want to jump in to add, this isn't to say that AI won't be used as a tool. There's a bunch of good tools that can help people be more creative in ways that are not destructive or from stealing, right? It's about other things. But to say that they're just going to wholesale replace writers because you're not going to need writers anymore is what I'm talking about. Back to the video. And we're going to see this again and again, right? Where nobody is talking negative about it. And if I dare say I talk negative about it, it's because I'm ignorant, because I'm stupid, because let's see, you made an 11-minute video calling AI overhyped with no BS, with no supporting evidence while demonstrating no understanding of the technology. Should I have juggled? Would that have helped? Like, no, dude. Here's the thing. I understand the technology very well. I understand the limitations of it, and people are talking past that. And they're doing the thing that they do with technology where they just jump ahead of all the work in the years that will come and get to the end point, and they manufacture a lot of magic. Go look at Twitter. How about that? And go look at me about self-driving and how much BS that's about, right? And 5 years ago, if you dare talk negatively about self-driving, right? It's always the end point. It's always the end point. It's the rough corners at the end. You know, it's the last 5 and 10%. And yeah, are some jobs going to be lost to AI? 100%. I'm talking about, and again, my video that I made that you reacted to is about creative field, right? And it's about why we're seeing it overhyped, because these people have a vested interest in overhyping it, and there is no value in being negative about it, right? And so there's going to be more people come into this video who will tell me that I'm an idiot, that I don't know what I'm talking about or whatever, right? Because the ad hominem attacks are really easy because, again, they're asking me to juggle on a video or prove the earth isn't flat. And I'm like, that's not what my video is about. My video is about the presentation of AI and the overhyping of it. And maybe I could have done that clearer. Maybe I could have done that better. 100% sure. Always, right? And I'll take that feedback. But I'm not making a video to disprove AI for AI, right? That isn't what it's about. It's you tell me who has the incentive in here to ever be negative and call out AI. There's no value in it, right? Because the technologists have learned the minute someone's negative about it, you cut them out of the system. They no longer have access to interviews. So, oh my God, I'm a New York Times reporter. I want to talk about tech. If I dare be negative about tech, I won't get to talk to these people, and I won't get the insight, and I won't get the person, telling me, hey, whatchamacallit, I don't know, some next technology doesn't work the way it should, right? And we see this all the time, right? They won't call out the negative. And it's because they get penalized for calling out the negative. And so AI is in this overhyped cycle where no one will ever call out the negative. And that's what my videos are about. And I'll stand by that. And now you can get mad that this video doesn't have my cats in it, that I don't ride a horse and shoot a 6-gun. But it won't change the fact that when I'm talking about the incentives and why people are overhyping AI, that still exists. And I'm sorry I did not make that clear in the first video, but God, that video went so long, I tried to trim it down. But again, I like having a back and forth in the videos. I like having a back and forth and have this be more of a conversation. I know YouTube isn't set up for this as much as TikTok is, but still, I like that. And so you should come back. If you have a strong opinion, feel free to voice it. I'll respond. Maybe. I wish there was a way to respond with video to a comment, but still, And don't dogpile on people that I respond to, either in comments or here. People are allowed to disagree with me. People are allowed to say I'm wrong. They're wrong, though. But there you go.
But what truly sets the team apart is its incredible cast of characters, each with their own unique quirks and personalities. From the lovable and dim-witted drinking milk to the fierce and loyal Captain Zeta.